The first method for describing spread is range. We already know how to find range. You take the minimum and subtract it from the maximum. It's not an ideal way to describe the spread of the data because it takes into account the highs and the lows or the outliers. So it's really best used when there are no outliers. It considers the extremes instead of the spread of the bulk of the data. So here's sugar W and sugar P again. Sugar W's range is 60, so 70 minus 10. Sugar P's is also 60, 70 minus 10. So we have the same number here for spread for range, even though the two graphs looked very different from each other. So another method we could use is the interquartile range. The interquartile range is found by subtracting Q1 from Q3. IQR, or interquartile range, is the range of the middle half of the data. So it's a good representation for describing spread when the data is not symmetric or has outliers. So this one has outliers. I considered this one symmetric, so they would say that interquartile range is probably not a good fit for this one here. But we're going to go ahead and find it on this one anyways. So here's sugar W and sugar P's data again. And I went ahead and used my TI-83 graphing calculator to find the interquartile range by following the directions from the measures of central tendency slide. I believe that's that one. It might actually have been box plot and histogram. One of those presentation has directions inside of there for the TI-83 and how to get the data in there and how to get the Q1, Q3, etc. off of it. So here they are. Q1 was 34, Q3 was 45. You subtract them, and the interquartile range on W is 11. Repeat that for sugar P, which its values were 25 and 55, so its interquartile range is 30 units away from each other. So this is telling me already that sugar P's data is very spread out, while sugar W's data is very close together, minus the two outliers. But see, interquartile range does not count the outliers. That's why it's a better indicator than range for how spread out the data is. So sugar P is more spread out and therefore not as consistent in its results because it's almost like you have an equal chance of getting any of these. So it's you're going to have some good cell growth and some not so good cell growth.